Yo, welcome to Mixing a Box, and today I have 5 plugins that I use on each and every project that I've ever mixed. So hop on with me and let me show you, starting with the first one, the CLA Mix Hub. So the CLA Mix Hub, made by Waves, is actually also made by Lot LG. It's a very good plugin for when you start tracking. So here I've put in a drum sample, so I'm gonna play around with it just to show you what I do with it most of the time. So my go-to settings most of the time, I always start with the filters. I jump straight to the dynamics of it, and I go straight for the gate. I open the gate and I open it to 1, and I also open the attack, range, and the threshold just to cut off that noise. Let me play it for you. Can you hear that lo-fi noise? It's there, but then with the gate I can just cut it off, just remove it because I need it clean. Now it's tight, so I'm just showing you with the gate you can actually achieve more things without actually using EQ most of the time. You can just use a gate and then cut off the sound that you don't need. On to the next one, FabFilter Pro Q3. So the FabFilter, it's actually my favorite go-to plugin when it comes to EQing, because you don't actually have to do a lot of things that'll deter you from achieving the perfect mix. But then here you also have something that they call a dynamic EQ. So you can compress with the same EQ. How I mostly use it effectively when it comes to the drums, especially the drum loop that I can't separate. So with this plugin, you can actually achieve more things than you'd actually achieve with one plugin or maybe a rack. And on to the next one. So this plugin here called the De-Plosive remover. So this plugin can remove plosives, especially the P's in the music in your signal. Let's say you're using a microphone with no pop filters, or maybe one pop filter. So the pop filter is actually gonna try and get it out, but then when you have this plugin just to mesh it all together, you can actually get that great effect from removing plosives. And plosives are quite annoying, very annoying when you, especially when the P hits and then you have that bass from the P, like you see, and the highs, the A and stuff. It's not nice when you're listening to a song and then you hear stuff like that, or maybe you podcast, post production similar to film, and stuff like that. So you need a plosive remover to remove those plosives. Apart from a de-esser, which is always used, but this one, not a lot of people use plosives to remove P's, but it'll actually help you to remove plosives all the time. So on to the next one here. So the Newfangled Punctuate. Newfangled Punctuate, I actually made a video about it. It's a transient designer. So this transient designer, I don't like saying designer, I say transient shaper. So this transient shaper, it it actually works much better than the ones that I've found coming from famous, well-known manufacturers of plugins. But this one is actually with the intent. It's like it has the intent to be a mixing plugin and also a mastering plugin. No matter how intricate it might get, this plugin will actually help you get the best results coming from an engineer himself. So let me just play around with the sample that I put in here. As you can hear, the transients are hitting hard, but then you can also create your own presets up here. So this plugin is actually the best transient shaper that you'll ever use, especially when it comes to so many plugins that we have no control over. With this plugin, you can actually get the best results. So I'm just gonna go to the other plugin that I use all the time, called the SSL Bus Compressor 2. So this bus compressor, it's actually it's my favorite. So I use it mostly on buses. Um, the hardware version of this plugin, the Bus Plus, I would love to get it myself once I afford it. But then this plugin is actually one of the best plugins that I have. So I'm just gonna play around with the parameters and with the same sample that I've been using all this time. I wanted to hear the compression, especially the kick, how boomy it is, and then listen to how this compressor just pushes it in. Sounds beautiful. So those are the 5 plugins that I use all the time. Peace out.